The Bureau of Correction is an agency under the Department of Justice that is charged with custody and rehabilitation of national offenders, that is, those sentenced to serve a term of imprisonment of more than 3 years. To carry out its mandate, the Bureau undertakes the following: confine persons convicted by the courts to serve a sentence in national prisons, keep prisoners from committing crime while in custody, provide humane treatment by supplying the inmates basic needs and implementing a variety of rehabilitations program designed to change their pattern of criminal or antisocial behavior. Engage in agro-industrial project for the purpose of developing prison lands and resources into productive bases or profit centers, developing and employing inmate manpower skills and labor, providing prisoners with a source of income and augmenting the Bureau's yearly appropriations. The New Bilibid Prison. New Bilibid Prison is located in Muntinlupa, Metro Manila as the main insular penitentiary designed to house the prison's population of the Philippines. It is maintained by the Bureau of Corrections under the Department of Justice. The penitentiary had an initial land area of 551 hectares, but 104 hectares were transferred to a housing project of the Department of Justice. Additional land of the New Bilibid Prison is used for the Bureau of Corrections headquarters, and as of November 2021, the New Bilibid Prison housed 28,545 inmates, which exceeds its ideal capacity of 6,435. During Japanese occupation of the Philippines during World War II, Bilibid was a prisoner of war and civilian internee camp where American soldiers and civilians were held by the Japanese. 1,200 internees and POWs were freed by the American Army on February 4, 1945 during the Battle of Manila. And this prison was founded or created by the Commonwealth Act No. 67 on October 23, 1936.
Ihawig Penal Colony. This facility was established during the American occupation. It was, however, during the Spanish regime that Puerto Princesa was designated as a place where offenders sentenced to banishment were exiled. A specific area of Puerto Princesa was selected as the site for a correctional facility. Ihawig Penal Colony is the biggest penal facility in the country at 40,000 hectares, comprising mostly of undulating vegetations and pure jungle. It has often been referred to as the last forest frontier in the country. The term Ihawig has evolved from the term Luhit, the name of the place before the penal facility was founded. The Luhit Penal Settlement, now known as Ihawig Prison and Penal Farm, was established in 1904 by the Americans in 22 hectares of land. The land areas expanded to 41,007 hectares by virtue of Executive Order No. 67 issued by Governor Newton Gilbert on October 15, 1912. Since the 1970s, the vast Ihawig Prison reservations has been reduced with the issuance of a series of presidential proclamations.
Leyte Regional Prison. Leyte Regional Prison is located at Abuyog, Southern Leyte, with 861.66 hectares and was established after the declaration of martial law in 1972 by the Presidential Decree No. 28.
This correctional facility is the youngest among the Bureau of Corrections penal colonies. It is composed of two communities, the enclosed community and the open community. Prisoners who are in the enclosed community are those who belong to the medium and maximum security, while prisoners who are in the open community belong to the minimum security. The prison admits convicted offenders from Region 6 and from the National Penitentiary in Muntinlupa. The Leyte Regional Prison is headed by Correctional Technical Senior Inspector Francisco G. Salvador Jr. as the acting superintendent in the correctional facility.
The fifth correctional facility in the Philippines is the Davao Penal Colony. It is located at Panabo City, Davao del Norte, with a total of 30,000 hectares in size. Davao Penal Colony is established on January 21, 1932, with the issuance of Presidential Proclamation 414. The most important personality involved in the Davao Penal Colony is Governor Dwight Davis of the Philippines, as he was the one who signed a proclamation on October 7, 1931, which reserved a large tract of land on Mindanao for the construction of a penal colony.
The penal farm of the San Ramon Prison. It is situated in the province of Zamboanga on the southern tip of the large island of Mindanao. It covers an area of 1,160 hectares and has an average inmate population of 800 employed mainly in farming. It is established during the tenure of Governor General Ramon Blanco, whose patron saint the prison was named after the facility was originally established for persons convicted of political crime. Considered the oldest penal facility in the country, prisoners in San Ramon were required to do agricultural work. On August 21, 1869, the San Ramon Prison and Penal Farm in Zamboanga City were established under Section 1720 of the Revised Administrative Code. During the Spanish-American War in 1898, the prisoners in San Ramon were hastily released and the buildings destroyed. In 1907, the American administration re-established the prison farm. In 1912, General John Pershing, Chief Executive of the Department of Mindanao and Sulu, classified the institution as a prison and penal colony, and therein confined people sentenced by the courts under his jurisdiction. Under Pershing's supervision, several buildings with a capacity for 600 prisoners were constructed. After several years, the colony became particularly self-supporting with 75,000 coconut trees, which were planted at the beginning of Pershing administration, contributing to the colony's self-sufficiency. Aside from coconuts, rice, corn, papaya, and other crops were also cultivated. On November 1, 1905, Reorganization Act No. 1407 was approved, creating the Bureau of Prison under the Department of Commerce and Police, integrating the old Bilibid Prison, the Ramon Penal Colony, and Iwahig Penal. The Philippine Coconut Authority took over the management of the coconut farm from San Ramon.
Sablayan Prison and Penal Farm. The Sablayan Prison and Penal Farm is located in Occidental Mindoro. The said penal colony has a total land area of approximately 16,190 hectares. Sablayan Prison and Penal Farm established on September 26, 1954. Proclamation No. 72, reserving as a Sablayan Penal Colony and Farm of the Bureau of Prisons a certain parcel of the public domain situated in the municipality of Sablayan, province of Occidental Mindoro, Island of Mindoro. Prison record shows that the first colonies and employees arrived in Sablayan on January 15, 1955. Buildings have been constructed including the dormitories, employees' quarters, guardhouse, schoolhouse, chapel, and post exchange. Sablayan Prison is a facility where prisoners from NBP are brought for decongestion purposes. It follows the same colony standards as other penal farms. Prisoners are allowed to build their nipa hut, and since it's a mix of different religion, churches and worship houses were constructed to cater various religions of the prisoners. The penal farm also provides an access road to vehicle from Sablayan going to Abra, the Ilog Port.
So this prison is named Correctional Institution for Women, or CIW. So the Correctional Institution for Women, or CIW, is a women's prison located in Mandaluyong, Metro Manila, Philippines. The prison is operated by the Bureau of Corrections. This penal institution was constructed on an 18 hectares piece of land in Mandaluyong. It was founded on November 27, 1929 by the virtue of Republic Act No. 3579 as the first and only prison for women in the Philippines. When the Philippines had the death penalty, female inmates condemned to death were held at CIW. And Ron Glackman of Asia Week described the women's death row as appearing like a secondary school. And today, the institute ran entirely by female personnel, by the exception of the perimeter guards who are male.